Deadpool, the Merc with a Mouth, the Regenerating Degenerate, and many, many other names. Deadpool is a superhero movie that came out in 2016. It is based on the Marvel Comics character of the same name. Deadpool took the world by storm in 2016, because no other superhero movie was like this, even down to how it was advertised. This movie was marketed the way it was due to the film's limited marketing budget. Ryan Reynolds took it upon himself to work with the film's marketing team to come up with a more Deadpool way of doing things, which was to basically break the internet with Deadpool propaganda and funny trailers, saying it was a Valentine's movie. Ryan Reynolds even stole a suit off set so he could walk around as Deadpool to advertise the movie. But speaking of a Deadpool way of doing things, we're going to talk about the opening scene of Deadpool, a scene in which perfectly starts the film as it means to go on. Stupidly. The mise en scène of the scene, which is everything that happens in the scene from the backgrounds to the colours and even little things that don't seem important, happen for a reason. Shows little things in the scene that lead up to bigger things later down the line. The scene starts off with violence, right off the bat, with this poor criminal here spitting out a car cigarette lighter, showing us here that this isn't our normal superhero movie. Later Deadpool makes the same remark saying, "He turned this guy into a fucking kebab." As the scene continues, we see things flying around the scene, like this coffee cup. And on that coffee cup we see the name Rob L, which is a nod to the creator of Deadpool, Rob Liefeld. We see more chaos and violence with guns and particle effects flying everywhere as the scene progresses. We see a cheeky nod to the main star of the show next, with Ryan Reynolds' People's Magazine's Sexiest Man Alive cover, which shows us how full of himself the character is. We see titles come on screen, which looks like they've been written by the Red Fella himself. The titles continue with a vague description of the character. The reason behind this is that the title sequence was made before any other actor had signed on apart from Ryan Reynolds. They had generic titles so they could work on this regardless, and the director liked it so much, he kept it in. As the mayhem continues, we see a funny humbling of Ryan Reynolds, just after him bragging, calling himself the sexiest man alive. And I mean, hey, I'm not arguing with him here, but as we see everything flying around the car, we see one of the thugs has a Green Lantern card in his wallet, which was another superhero movie that Reynolds starred in. It is a running joke in this film because of how poorly received the movie was with its fans. And to further this point, he says later in the movie,
"And please don't make the super suit green or animated."
As the scene goes on, we see that all of this is happening in a car mid-crash, which is a very cool way to set up an action shot, because of how stupid this film is. We see another thug having some Hello Kitty lip balm, which again shows how childish the film is. And later on in the film, we even see Deadpool with an Adventure Time watch whilst trying to set up for his heist, showing how much of a big kid the Big Red is. Then we see our first look at the main Deadpool boy himself, and of course, we see him crotch first in some guy's face, the perfect Deadpool entrance, as well as him childishly poking someone in the eyes and ripping the underwear off the next guy. Quite a sore wedgie, I bet. The chaos ensues, with wheels in the air, things exploding, all whilst the funny titles pass through. Then it zooms out to reveal we're in a spinning car mid-air, like Deadpool has just come into the car to wreck some shit. And to end it all off, we see the cartoon drawing of Deadpool killing the main antagonist of the film, Francis, aka Ajax. And yes, that does sound like washing up liquid or something. Overall, I think this opening scene sets up nicely for the rest of the film, as it shows how childish and stupid and violent the film wants to be. I think if more films try to be themselves like Deadpool did, I think they would be more successful than they already are. Thank you for listening to me ramble about Deadpool for a few minutes, and have a nice day.